Hi, this is HomeSongs4Life. I'm David Fee. I hope you're doing all right. So this is a weird one for me tonight. I'm doing this in memory of my mum. She passed away last Thursday, and we're not actually getting the funeral till 2 weeks from yesterday. Life goes on, and I just felt this might be a nice opportunity for me to remember her through a few songs. So, my mum, going back to when I was about 8 years old, and my folks, they're both Christians, and their faith's been a big part of their life together. So when we were about 5, they took my sister and myself over to a Bible college in Birmingham to live for 4 years. And that was where we lived, and we lived in a flat for part of the time with a 1-bedroom for all 4 of us. And then, in fact, my brother Mark was born there at that time, so there were 5 of us in that one room. But we were in Edgbaston, which is quite an affluent area, and it had lots of trees and stuff around, and so it's quite a nice place to play as a kid. But when I was about 8, my mum bought me a birthday present, and I don't know what inspired her to do that, but it was for a membership to the Young Ornithologist Club, which is kind of about bird spotting, and it was so I got this magazine, and she might have noticed an interest, or maybe she just had an intuition, I don't know, but it was a really good thing for me because it stuck with me all my life. I've always enjoyed watching birds, and I'm just grateful for Mum for that creative present all those years ago. And this song is kind of about my love of nature, I guess. And the first bird mentioned here is a jays, and I used to see them flying around in the trees when I was 8 years old, and that's one of my earliest memories. My memories are very blurry, but this song is called Simplicity. Hey, Mr. J, they were happy days. Your flashing flame, flying high through the trees. My human acquaintances bring me ecstasy and pain, but you bring me simplicity. Yeah, yeah, simplicity. Just arrived from Africa. So good to see you on this sunny springtime day. My human acquaintances bring me ecstasy and pain. Hey, but you bring me simplicity. Yeah. I hope, Mrs. Follow, that one day I will meet you. Here's to the future, strong lady of the wild. My human acquaintances bring me ecstasy and pain, but you bring simplicity, simplicity. Thank you. So I head forward a few years now to what was a kind of difficult time in my life when we moved back to Nottingham, which is where I was born, in fact. I went to a big comprehensive school. It was a pretty crappy time for me, really. So I used to run away from school. In fact, I used to go to the local nature reserve and watch those birds, which my mum got me into. But one time I can't remember exactly what happened, but I was getting chased out of school or something from some kids, and somehow or other, and I don't know why my mum was there, but I bumped into her, and she saw how upset I was, and she was angry on my behalf, and my mum was a bit of a emotional firebomb, shall we say. She went all directions sometimes, and I'd seen the back of her temper a few times as well, but to see her angry on my behalf, which was what she was, it's kind of nice when someone is angry on your behalf. It's a good thing. You want people who are fighting for you, who care when things are crap, and she definitely did. So this is about kind of, I wrote it sort of about somebody else, but it's fairly autobiographical, and it's about that experience, not particularly my mum's involvement, but just that. And it's a happy ending because I came out the other side in one piece. But this is for people who might have that experience too. It's called Benny's Hallelujah. Benny's playground war zone never felt like a fair fight. The boys would tie his arms and legs and get Melanie to bite. He'd try to hide at break times, but they'd find him all too quick. So he'd hide inside his own mind or pretend that he was sick. Hey, 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 hallelujah, hallelujah. The knots all came undone and nobody is gonna do ya. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You know that God is on your side when all the bullets pass right through you. Benny's dinner money went on 10 bags of quavers. Then he'd sneak on down the gravel pits to watch his feathered saviors. He'd sometimes stay all afternoon 'cause he had a rebel heart. Then he'd sit and plan his great escape like a warrior set apart. Hey, 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 hey. Hallelujah, hallelujah. The knots all came undone and nobody is gonna do ya. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You know that God is on your side when all the bullets pass right through you. Benny got across the border to another playground in the sun, where all the girls would talk and smile and the boys let him join in the fun. He'd sometimes make the whole class laugh, got to play drums in the band, and a pretty angel called Laura D drew love hearts on his hand. Hey, 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 hey. Hallelujah, hallelujah. The knots all came undone and nobody is gonna do ya. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You know that God is on your side when all the bullets pass right through you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. all came undone, and nobody is gonna do you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You know that God is on your side when all the bullets pass right through you. Sing out for Benny's hallelujah. Thank you. I'm appreciating all the comments. I won't respond to them today if you don't mind. Just otherwise, you know, emotions being a bit close to the surface. So. But thank you. It's good to see folks there. So this is a song I actually wrote for my mum. Sadly, it's to do with the the last 12 or even more years of her life. My mum got dementia quite a long time ago, and those of you who have experienced that will know it's a horrible thing. My mum had a particularly bad version of it, and for the last 8 years or so, she didn't even recognise or at least know our names, or we couldn't have any sort of conversation with her really. And it was hard to see, and it's credit to my dad who was with her all that time. The last 4 years she's actually been in a care home because it was just getting too much for him, and but he's been there every day to see her, and she couldn't have wished for more in terms of support from him. But anyway, this is a song I wrote just because you're trying to make sense of it all, and I was trying to get inside her head, and you can't, of course. It's kind of about fears and what's happening up there, and I suppose it could be applied to all of us. It's about my own fears as well, I guess. I played it, in fact, the last time I did this gig, because before I realised or knew that Mum was passing away. So it's a repeat. Some of you will have heard it before. But it's called Lift Me Up, Hold Me Up. Open my eyes, that I might see past all those monsters that scare me. I can't control anything here, not even rumors of my memory. Lift me up, hold me up, lift me up, hold me up. Please unlock the door. Let me walk free away from these strangers who Why did you come? What is your name? And whose is this skin that surrounds me? Lift me up, hold me up, lift me up, hold me up, lift me up, hold me up, lift me up, hold me up. Oh, well, I hope that wasn't too difficult to watch. So, final song. This is the last song I wrote before my mum passed. It's not to do with her. But I was just thinking about the songwriting, really, in general, and why I'm doing that. I've been doing it for years, and neither of my parents were songwriters, but my dad was very musical. He played piano and organ and things like that. And I sort of hadn't made a connection with my mum about all of this, but a few years back, well, she wasn't a writer as far as I knew, but I was looking into a photograph album, and it was a photo of my brother, my youngest brother Andrew, and my mum had written underneath it, and just she wrote in just a really lovely way. It was just really good English, and it was a side of my mum I hadn't even been aware of, and it was very elegant and graceful, and those are not always words that were connected with my mum. She's but that was how she expressed herself in the written word, and you know, it's nice. It will be nice for me to think that some of that's passed on. So this is that song I wrote. So this song is it's called Put Out the Fires, and it's really about, you know, we don't realise it, but we're lucky people, most of us who are here. You know, most of us lived through wars, most of us lived through poverty. We're living in a relatively good time in history, but obviously recent events and COVID and strange political goings on sometimes make us feel that it's a bad time to live, and really we're very lucky, more than we realise, and it is tough at the minute. But you know, people who have lived a long time and lived through wars would know that some of these things that we take for granted and have taken for granted maybe are easily lost, and this is maybe a nod to people like Woody Guthrie and that sort of thing, to do with standing up and fighting for what's important in our lives, and for our freedom and all those things, and sometimes we have to do that. I believe in doing things ahead of time, not waiting till shit hits the fan. I think that's important, and so this is about that. It's got religious phrases in it. It's not a religious song. It's about taking action in the here and now. It's called Put Out the Fires. Do you going to hell? And could you spare a little water to pour out the fires? Is there anybody out there fighting for a friend? Well, you know, we could work together to put out the fires. Don't be scared of those demons. They must flee when they see our little light. When they see us working together and standing up to fight. Well, we thought we might have it easy, a gentle life and blessed. But each soul, if it would come alive, must surely face a test. Don't be scared of those demons. They will flee when they see our little light. When they see us working together and standing up to fight. When they see us working together and standing up to fight. Thank you for being here, standing with me. Appreciate it very much. I'll come on in a minute and say hi. That's it for now. Tomorrow, a friend who's playing for the first time for HomeSongs4Life, Dave Harris, is tomorrow. So looking forward to speaking to him and hearing him. Thank you. Take care. Cheers, Mum. See you all.